Welcome to the making of a DM. Why I know you'll be rich as F. Let's talk turkey. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Welcome to another making of the DM podcast show. I'm sitting here in beautiful Kirtland Hills, Ohio for another week or two, and then we're back to Parkland, Florida. As I'm sitting here talking to you, it is holiday season, turkey season, the Turkey Bowl. That's right. I'll share more on that in a second. Before I get started here today, I got a lot to cover with you in a very short time, so please know that I want to make sure we deliver massive value. And I know things are happening. I'm getting messages every single day, multiple messages via email, via social, as well as seeing you guys leave those 5-star reviews on the platform that you listen to the podcast show. So I just want to say thank you so much, and YouTube and all that. So absolute amazing time to be alive. Today, I want to talk turkey with you. Most people are sitting here eating stuffing. We're eating turkey over here, and we're going to talk turkey. It is tomorrow. Actually, as I'm recording this, tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day. And I do a thing at my house here in Ohio where we invite all the family and friends, and we have a big turkey event and ham and pretty much everything you can think of, all the fixings and all that. But most importantly, I do the Turkey Bowl. 3 years ago, I was like, you and I are entrepreneurs. We're business owners. We're thinking about how to take something simple and make it bigger, make it better. And that's what I like to do during Thanksgiving and every holiday for that matter is how can I create memories? And the memory I wanted to create is we're all getting older. We're playing touch football. It's not, super crazy or anything, but it's fun. Down to the details. We have a coin we flip. It has my father's face on it and my father-in-law. We have fireworks going on. We're busting out of the pieces of paper with our teams on it. I had jerseys made for everybody. We have a football field that we spent $5,000 to create to do all this stuff because I want to create memories. See, why else are we doing all this crazy shit? I see a lot of people, they work really hard. They just do the things to get by, but they never create memories. Memories are what you're going to remember. That last $100,000 you made, you done forgot you even made it. But what you do with that $100,000 with your family, by the way, I'm not just talking business and growing things to make more money, which is important, but I'm talking about taking the money and doing something good with it for your family, for you, to create moments and memories that they'll remember for the rest of their life. Most importantly, you will. And the best part is you're the one that's leading the creation of the memory. For in this particular situation, the football field, the fireworks, the announcer, the videos, the pictures. I bring all these people to the house because I want to create massive, lifelong memories. And I want to show people, I want to lead people by example and show them what it looks like to do these kind of things. It's fun to me. Yes, it costs a couple bucks, but what else are you going to do with the money? Go buy another business, go buy another piece of real estate, go invest in, another piece of product or whatever. It's only $5,000, $10,000, whatever it is, but it will last a lifetime. And I see a lot of you listening to my voice right now that don't ever experience the fruit of your labors. See, we've busted our ass. We've done all these things. I wish I'd have done this earlier. I've always been a memory-driven guy. That's why my wife and I traveled the world for 7 years. That's why we went out and did these things, because I knew life is in seasons, right? Before pre-kids, that's a season. That's a massive different season when you have kids and don't have kids. Trust me, if you don't have kids, it's definitely a different season. But what I'm sharing with you is I looked at my life and started segmenting. You guys do this when you plan a trip. You spend more time planning a trip than you do planning your life. I knew from 0 to 18, I do this. 18 to 30, I do that. 34, whatever. When I started having kids at 37. I knew I'd be over 30, right? You don't have to be perfect or be exact, But me and my wife, actually 2 days ago, I proposed to her 16 years ago. We were engaged for 8 years. We traveled the world for 7 of those 8. We got to connect. We got to hang out. We got to see what she liked, what I didn't like, and vice versa. And we were in very amazing locations across the world. Sometimes sketchy, some were sketchier than others. But one thing we grasped is that the world is massive. It's huge. And I didn't realize that because I grew up in a small town of 650 people, right? To go to Columbus, Ohio was a huge deal. You had to pack up the car. You had to roll up the windows, lock the doors. Don't flash your lights at someone because they'll think you're in a gang. Don't look up because they know you're not from this area and you're going to get shot. You're going to get robbed. That was ingrained in me my whole life. But when I went to Bali, when I went to Bora Bora, when I was in Maui for 2 months, when I'm hanging out in California, we traveled the U.S. and the world. Barcelona, Barceloneta. Where else did we go? Thailand, Bangkok, Phi Phi Island, Phuket, I said Bora Bora, Greece, Paris, all these places, amazing places, a lot of Southeast Asia, a lot of Europe, and there's still tons more to see. And what it did to me as an entrepreneur is it allowed me to understand that not all work is created equal, right? There are certain times I had to do certain things, right? Depending where I'm at, I might be a 12-hour behind or 3-hour ahead or whatever, but I always had to prepare my day, my week, my month. And I want to see you guys do more of that. I want to see you prepare your life. You're in a season right now. It is what it is. What's the next season look like for you? This is how you get rich as fuck. This is how. It's not by accident. By the way, you can make a lot of money by accident. I've done that. I didn't always prepare every day and every week. I've made a decent amount of money. I want to make a lot more. And to get to the next level, you definitely have to start outlining your seasons, your direction, what you believe in, what you want to go for, what opportunities are too small. Yes, there's opportunities that are too small because as you evolve, not every opportunity is created equal. If something's making $1 million a year and this one's making $20 million a year, I'm more interested in the one making $20 million a year. Most people are like, yeah, but I can't afford it. Again, if you can't afford it, it's not about if you can or can't. It's a matter which one takes your attention. $20 million deal looks way better to me than $1 million deal. You got to get started somewhere, but the season I'm in is going and chasing and hunting bigger deals, bigger opportunities, knowing that the world is abundant. There's money everywhere if you have opportunity, right? And as you know, we're in a different season of life. The world's different than 2 years ago, 6 months ago even. But back to the memories, back to the whole point of this show today is entrepreneurs and family and money. You've heard me talk about this many times. If it does not align with my lifestyle, I don't do it. I don't care how much money is at the end of the rainbow. It does not drive me. What drives me is the vision of where I want to go, what tools or what path or what vertical am I going to step into, and does it align with my daily lifestyle? And if all these boxes get checked off, then I get interested. See, a lot of you guys talk about balance. I'm so busy. Everyone says they're so busy to me. I would beg to differ. If you're listening to my voice, I get we're all fucking busy. Whatever that means, by the way, is very relative. I bet and I believe, because I know, because I've helped lots of people over the years, the truth is you have too much time. You have too much insight. You have too much time on your hands that you actually get overwhelmed. And while you're overwhelmed, you can't execute. Therefore, you're like, dude, I create this busy work. Because if you're busy, you have an actual reason why you're not executing. But the truth is, you're listening to my podcast, 17 other podcast shows. You get all fucking mentally masturbated. You're all excited. You got all this great stimulation going on. But when the rubber meets the road, you don't do dick. You don't execute. You can't. I get it. I've been there before. But you got to pick one person. Find me, find someone else. Get with someone that truly wants to help you and you're aligned with what they believe in. Because if I'm telling you something, you're listening to 3 other guys or gals and you're reading 4 books and you're going to meetups and you're doing dude, you're confused. You're overwhelmed. You don't even know where to execute. So what happens, you build up all this massive anxiety and then the anxiety overtakes. Then you're like, but dude, I'm busy. That protects your ego, but you're not really busy. You're fucking watching football all weekend. You're hanging out with your friends after work. You're hanging out at the gym for an extra hour because you're chit-chatting, not actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're dicking around all day around the house when you're at home. What are you actually doing? More importantly, what are you actually accomplishing? No one cares how busy you are. Only you do. And not only that, the only thing that really matters is accomplishing, right? I hang out with my kids. I hang out with my family all the time. I'm busy. Busy doing what, though? I'm busy investing time with my family. I'm busy building companies. I'm busy building leaders. I'm busy looking at opportunities. I'm busy building a building. I'm busy looking to move different things. But if there's something that's important, I will find the time to execute it, to accomplish it. And that's a big difference. See, if you're worried about balance, it's because you're already seeking something that's not even real. Balance of what season? I can't tell you what balance looks like for you. I know what it looks like for me, and I still struggle with it, right? Because I don't believe in balance necessarily. I believe in priorities. My season in my life, my priorities, or i.e. my balance, is my fucking family. I knew it was going to be a thing. That's why I prepared for it. That's why I built the life, built the businesses to serve me instead of me serve the businesses so I could go out and do the things that most people talk about wanting to do, but never get to do because they didn't outline it. They didn't put it on paper. They didn't plan accordingly. They didn't execute at all. But that's why you're here. You know there's a better way. You know there's different opportunities. You have to pick one and execute. I don't care if it's fucking becoming the best ditch digger in the world. You not doing the work, by the way. Hiring 1,000 ditch diggers and you get a vig off each one, or starting a cold calling company. But look for things that can scale. I've never wanted to be the mom and pop guy on the corner selling fucking cheeseburgers to the same people for the next 50 years. It doesn't interest me. I'm not knocking it. It just does not interest me. I think scale. I think growth. I think, how can I not be there and the business work for me? I want to be the owner of franchise. I want to own all the franchises of Chick-fil-A. I don't want to be the franchisor. I don't want to be the guy at the office every day. I don't want to be at the shop. By the way, it's genius. The corporate office at Chick-fil-A, when you come in to become a franchisee, you have to work in the company. You have to work a job. It's cool, but that's not what I want. I ain't working at no fucking sandwich shop. Are you? And if that's what you love to do it, right? But again, scale. I only have so many hours in the day. I was talking with a chiropractor buddy of mine. He makes about $100,000 a month. $100,000 a month. Okay. Some of you are like, dude, I wish I made $100,000 a month. Well, fuck, I think everyone should make $100,000 a month if you actually put into the work, the effort, the energy. Keep in mind, he's 22 years deep in the game. So he should be hitting $100,000 a month. That's gross, by the way. It's not net. Let's say if he nets 40% of that, which I don't know if he does. But the thing is, he has to show up at work every day at 6 a.m. He doesn't leave until 8 p.m., right? In between, he'll take like a long lunch or go out and work out in the afternoon or whatever. But he's trading his time for dollars. If he does not show up, he doesn't get paid. Some like that model. I don't. I want to create models that are paid on value, not per hour. It's a massive difference. We all have a little bit of that going on. This is why I don't sell my services in an hourly rate. I wake up every day with $0 getting paid to me per hour. I create my money by creating opportunities, by taking risk, by hiring people, creating crazy ideas. I don't always succeed. There's many days I lose money. But at the end of the day, I'm in full control over that. I take L's, not losses, lessons. I learn from those lessons. It doesn't feel good losing money when you think you have this shit figured out. By the way, I don't have all this shit figured out still. I don't know anybody at any level that has this stuff figured out. As I'm sitting here talking to you, my family, like, oh, by the way, huge news. My sister, Kimberly, just got out of the hospital. She was in there 94 days. So she's at my parents' house. So lots of people ask me about that because I've shared that on the show. But she is out. She's not 100%. She's probably at 30%. She can walk 40 steps a day, which is awesome. But my parents are taking care of them. And I'm just glad to be in a position to help my parents and my sister to be able to be in that position. Again, I prepared to expect the worst, right? Financially, I'm talking about. I've built companies. I've built my life to know if I get hit by a bus, money still comes in. It might be different. It will be different, right? I'm a driver, so it would be different, but it's still stabilized growth. We have great team members, great systems and operations and procedures. The team's always evolving and moving and pushing and prodding. The culture we have built drives each other. I'm not micromanaging. The system will. The system will drive them through KPIs. But I digress. My sister's at home. She won't be at the Turkey Bowl. She can't really, she's not very mobile right now. But we have some cool things in life that happen to us, actually happen for us. And I believe my sister is going to come out of this in an amazing new person, different person. She's had life literally flash before her eyes for the last 94 days. You know, she was pretty much dead about 90 days ago. And we went up there to say goodbye to her. And today she's living. And it's been a journey. My parents have been, keeping their feet moving. It's not always easy. It's very rarely easy. But she's here with us, and we're excited to see where it goes. I'm very excited for her future as she keeps growing from that massive experience. It's life-altering for sure. But the family stuff to me is by far how I think about business, right? Most people talk about, they're like, oh, dude, I want to talk turkey, but they're really talking about the stuffing, right? Yes, the turkey's cool. The stuffing is what they're talking about because they think that's what's going to grow them. Those are small problems. That's where I'm going here is too many of you are worried about the smallest problems. That's why you get small lifts, if any. It becomes very grueling, very hard, very tedious. It's the same shit over and over and over. That's why I don't like the small mom and pop stuff. I don't want to wake up. And again, if you like that stuff, I'm not knocking it. It's just, why do it? We only have one life. Why am I only trying to cap myself out at 10 grand a month net? Maybe if all goes well. By the way, not all businesses are created equal. I'd say probably a restaurant business is probably one of the hardest businesses in the world, right? There's a lot in that. I know very good business people that if you put them in a restaurant business, they're going to fail. It's not easy, right? So if you're succeeding in the restaurant business, ask yourself how to document, how to SOP this out, how to franchise it, how to license it, how to build it to sell it, how to create something way bigger. How do I get 100 locations in the next 24 months? What steps do I need to put in place to do that? And then you start thinking of hiring people. You start making different decisions. You have a way bigger problem to work on than all the little Mickey Mouse shit that happens every day. It's just part of life. You're going to deal with it. Just go deal with the big shit. That's how you get big results, right? Us as entrepreneurs do things over the top. That's just what we do. There's nothing noble in being a solopreneur. I think it's one of the most selfish things in the world. It's hard. It's not fun. If you're a father and you go down, your family's massively affected. If you're the breadwinner, because you're solo. If you're a female, shit goes down. Same thing. Goes down. You get hit by a bus. You die. We all are going to die, by the way. So don't act like it's not happening. It's happening. Just a matter of when. Are you prepared? That's the stuff that drives me daily. I know everyone listening to the show wants to be great husbands and wives and support drivers and, givers and all that. But have you ever thought about slowing down for a second and really reevaluating where you're at? What season am I in today? And what are the seasons coming up? Right? I'm not out here with the fucking snowblower in June. but the snowblowers are out now. It's a different season. I need different tools. I need different products. I need different things. We got the pool open in June, right? All the other stuff's parked away. So audit your season. What's your day look like? What's your business progressing looking like? How's things looking financially, emotionally, mentally? Is it driving you? Is it wearing you out? These are things you got to ask. Right now, actually, I've been auditing my season. I'm in big writing mode. I'm in creation mode. So my days edit. I get up at 4:30. I get up, I do my things in the morning. I try to be at the Starbucks or a local coffee shop by 6 a.m. Try to get some writing done for a couple hours. And then I'm at work, working. See, the old me was getting up, going to the gym, working out, and then getting right at it. I didn't have time to write. I got busy doing stuff, getting caught up in calls, getting caught up in emails, getting caught up in all that shit like you do, and we all do, in life and family and all that, right? So I had to restructure my days. It's not easy. It's not quick. It's not overnight. But it starts with awareness. And that's what I want to bring to you, is awareness of what opportunities you have. This is an amazing time to be alive. Amazing. Make sure to check out my social. Check out how we do the videos for the football game, how we have the fireworks, how we have people run down the field. Like, get inspired. If you have a kid's party, how can you do something cool for the kids' party? It's over the top. Everyone goes to party and hangs out and gets gifts but what can you do? Who can you bring to the party? And right now, too, give. Give to people less fortunate. Give your time, money, or both. Recently, actually, I've been giving a lot this week, which I try to do every week, every day. One of our team members on one of our companies, their 8-year-old grandchild, this will be their last Thanksgiving. Last Christmas at 8 years old. Think about that. You're a grandparent. There's nothing they can do for him. Nothing. The disease he has, you can't go backwards on it. You can't fix it. What this starts doing is putting life into perspective. You stop worrying about all the stupid bullshit people worry about. Nothing. When you look at life in that season of terms, like, this is my last Thanksgiving. This is my last Christmas. So I found out on Monday, and as soon as I found out, literally, I got off the call and called her directly. I don't talk to her often. We have lots of team members, but it's very serious to me. And I said, how can we make this memorable? It sucks in the situation, but you and I, as leaders, as drivers, we must be aware of our circumstances. I have a little bit of cash. She's an amazing team member for us, dealing with life like we all are. And she shared the story with me. It's very touching. I'm not trying not to get emotional, but like, it's real. That's the real shit. Death. 8 years old. It's sad, but it's life. And if we're being aware, listening, I'm able to connect with her, have a conversation. I got my team on it. We're getting Santa Claus to show up with gifts on Thanksgiving. We paid for their entire Thanksgiving dinner. So she's bringing the whole family, and it's kind of sounds crazy, but it's like a happy day. Obviously Thanksgiving, but like, it's also one of those days knowing that this will be the last Thanksgiving. So it's like, how can I take stress off her plate? Make it memorable, because I think about those things. Memorable. This little boy smiles like there's nothing wrong. He's in a wheelchair now. He can't speak now. He's dwindling quickly, but still carries a smile. And we're sitting here talking about balance. We're sitting here talking about, I got to go harder. I got to go bigger. I got to do. Okay. I like that stuff. But have you ever asked yourself, why am I doing all this shit? Don't say you're doing it for your family if you're not with your family. It's called priorities. What season are you in? What season's coming up? Right? There's a lot of people listening to my voice that are young, old, middle of the road, massively experienced, not so experienced in business and life and all that, right? Where are you at? What do you have? What do you want? What are your skills? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to do? How big do you want to get? Right? When? I believe, like I said earlier, most of you have too much time on your hands. You're scrolling Instagram all day, on Facebook all day. If I went and grabbed your phone and saw your statistics on social and email and all that bullshit, it's probably not a good number in a bad way. You're escaping your life. And again, the problem that scares me the most is when you're on Instagram, you're looking at positive moment clips, microseconds, and you think it's normal. And then you look at your life and you're like, I'm a fucking loser. I need to be bigger. I need to do more. Maybe you do need to do more and be bigger, but what does that mean? What season are they in? Have you ever asked? Get grateful, by the way, like, wow, that's awesome. This person's crushing it. You're in season 1. You're in like the first year of your business and they're in 25 years in it. Why do you even think you fucking deserve to be at 25 years deep in the game? Have the results of a 25-year person? Because you're missing the point. The point is the journey. The only way you'll end up there in 25 years is if you get conscious. My job is to help you accomplish way more than I did in 26 years. I know ways to accomplish it quicker, to get to where I'm at, to generate tens of millions of dollars a month in businesses. You can do the same thing too, quicker than I did. If you learn how to execute, learn how to get deep with your thoughts, understand what your thoughts are even telling you, understand what direction, what season you're in, what growth mode you're in, what verticals you're in, changing, editing, auditing, growing, pushing, crying, striving, dry heaving, and everything in between. It's your time now to be aware. And that's really what today is. And that's why I know you'll be rich as hell. I want you to be wealthy. Because when you're wealthy, you take your dollars, you buy your time back, and you do these amazing memories. I can actually be present when my team's telling me stuff, and I can ask deeper questions like, wow, that's going on with so-and-so. Send me her number. I want to call her. It's interesting to me because when I call people, they're like, Mark, I know you're busy, but am I? Am I busy? Because the only thing that matters right now is you and I. Why do we have to lead off with that? Why do we even need to think that needs to be said? The truth is, we're probably all busy. But have we ever asked what the definition of busy even means? My goal with my calls and my podcast shows and my books is not about being busy or not busy. It's about making an impact. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish the impact. If that means working hard, if that means working easy, if that means being busy, if that means not being busy. The only person that cares if you're busy or not is you. And the truth is, and you know it, I'm just saying it out loud, you're probably really not that busy. You have more time on your hands than most people do. So be conscious, be aware, take stock. It's winter. Winter's here. Depending where you live at in part of the world, we got 8 inches of snow a couple of days ago. It was awesome. I did nothing except hang out and plow the driveway with my kids, ski on the back of the Kubota with the kids, smoke too many cigars while the kids are playing in the snow, built multiple snowmen, just hung out and had fun. My businesses, the way I built them, allowed me that time freedom. It's not like that every day. I'm not doing that every day, but I have the freedom to do it when I want. And that's why you're here. You want the freedom. You don't care about the money. The money will give you the freedom. You have to go get it. You have to execute. Have a plan and execute the plan. But the secret really is this. I was talking with my son yesterday about it. Mark, if you master this, I told him, my son's name's Mark. If you master this one thing in life, you will be way ahead of the majority of the world. He's 7, by the way. Do things you don't want to do because you said you would do it. It's easy when it's easy. The magic is in when you don't want to do it, but you show up and execute. And I shared with him a story about me. I made $6 an hour doing this. When I was 17 years old, my uncle called me up and said, hey, do you want to put insulation in this house or church for me? And I said, yes. I didn't ask any other questions. Yes. Because I always wanted to make money. I always wanted to work. I always wanted to accomplish things. Keep in mind, I'm allergic to insulation, the fiberglass. It's hot as hell. It was June in the ceiling, right? So it's like 120 degrees. But I was so happy because I knew 99.9% of people would not fucking do that. That's what kept me going. I'm itching like crazy. I don't take a lunch break. I work 12 hours. I got paid $72 a day. $72 a day to do insulation in this church. If I was smart, I'd have said, I don't want paid per hour. I want to get paid per job. I might have worked different. Might have worked harder. Might have worked smarter. I don't know. But that's what I learned through my processes. I showed up there and started asking different questions. But I still did the job. I did it amazingly well. I worked my ass off. But that's the only person that cares I worked my ass off is me, by the way, so I'm saying it out loud. But I showed up multiple days when I didn't want to. The second day was rough. The third day was rough. I mean, I was messed up. I mean, again, massive allergic to insulation. But that's where the magic happens. I became aware. I started realizing like, oh my God, there's better ways to get that money. There's better ways to accomplish the goal. What season am I? I was 17. I'm in work season. Just get shit done, make a couple bucks, get the couple bucks, go make more, go park it here, grow here, get that, get this, do that. What are you doing? What season are you in? As you're listening to my voice, I'm over 26 years in business. I've never had a job that paid me hourly, ever, in 26 years. I got paid by the job. I got paid by being valuable, bringing value to a marketplace. I had to sell the value. I had to show the value. I had to prove the value. It's the only way I get paid. A lot of them didn't work out, but a couple did very well. So all I'm saying is keep your feet moving. Life's happening for you, not to you. Learn from it. Be happy it's happening to you. Because I can promise you this. The little 8-year-old boy I just shared with you, his grandmother, the 8-year-old boy, the father, the mother, would do anything to have the opportunity to have this little boy around for many, many years later. And we're complaining about it's hard. We're complaining about you don't understand. We're complaining about, well, I'm just trying to learn this. I don't know where to start. Whatever bullshit excuse you're using, cut it out. Get down to business. Get out the pen and paper and start building out the plan. Where are you at? Where do you want to go? What season am I in? How am I editing, auditing, growing, pushing, striving for more? Make a plan, execute the plan. Most importantly, enjoy the journey. So with that said, have an amazing holiday week or weekend or month or year. Some of you are celebrating all the time for whatever reason. And go get it. Make today count.
I'm Mark Evans, DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans, DM. I'm here to help and teach them what question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm Mark Evans, deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, DM project.
This is the podcastfactory.com.